Hey guys, Ryan here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Explained video. Today, I'll be doing a main series Pokemon game tier list. In 2021, I played every main series Pokemon game over on my Twitch channel. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Since they're all pretty fresh in my mind, I thought, why not do a tier list video? I won't be ranking them necessarily on how good the game is, it's my enjoyment of it and how much I like the game. So even though I might put a game in S tier, you guys might not agree, you guys might think, oh, that game's not very good. Well, it's just the one that I like the most. And vice versa, if I put something down in D tier, doesn't mean it's a bad Pokemon game. There is no bad Pokemon games, it's just some people enjoy some Pokemon games more than others. And with that said, let's get into the video. We'll be starting with Generation 1. So, with Gen 1, they are from the 90s. They did the best at what they could with the hardware. Obviously, if you're going to compare Red, Blue, Yellow to Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee is just better in basically every aspect, right? It's just newer. Maybe it's because of nostalgia reasons, but I'm going to pop these in at C tier for now. Would I go a little higher for Yellow? Yellow does make some nice changes. These games are pretty buggy. I remember getting frustrated a lot of times with moves like Wrap, and some of the other mechanics just don't work properly. But they're solid foundations, and without these games, we wouldn't have Pokemon. We wouldn't have Pokemon like we do today. It just wouldn't exist without these games. These games sold insanely well back in the day, and then they released them on the 3DS eShop. I know some people had never played Red, Blue, Yellow before, and when they came out on the eShop, they were able to pick them up and play them for the first time. So yeah, I'm going to put them in C for Red and Blue, and B for Yellow. I just really like in Yellow, you got the better looking sprites, the nicer colors. These were Game Boy games, but on Game Boy Color they had some color. Pikachu following you, the fact that you could get a Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur. Yeah, I'm gonna put Yellow above for now, yeah. Next we have Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. I really enjoy these games. They're sequels to Red, Blue, and Yellow, and they're just really good. They've got the Johto region and the Kanto region. Gold and Silver aren't quite as good as Crystal. I don't know if Crystal belongs in the tier above because of this. If Gold and Silver are B, then Crystal should be B+. That's what it should be. And same with Yellow. If Red and Blue are C, then Yellow should be C+. I don't want to talk about each game for ages, but there is some really nice changes in Crystal over Gold and Silver. There's the Suicune plotline, there's more stuff to do with the unknowns, a gift egg that you get that has a baby Pokemon that has a high chance of being shiny in Crystal. Crystal has a lot of improvements. Next, we've got Ruby and Sapphire. Ooh, I love me some Ruby and Sapphire. Would I go A? No, we're gonna go B for Ruby and Sapphire. Ruby and Sapphire were great. Such a big jump in improvement from Gold, Silver, Crystal in that graphics, you're going from Game Boy Color to Game Boy Advance. So it looked a lot nicer. Abilities were really cool. Each game they introduced new mechanics. Leaf Green and Fire Red. I would love to put these in A, but I just can't. They're still part of the prior to physical special split. They're really good Pokemon games. Oh, this is hard. I would much prefer Fire Red, Leaf Green over Red and Blue. And they don't really belong in the same tier as Yellow. I don't think I can put them into the A tier though, because at the end of the day, they're still prior to the physical special split. The graphics is a lot nicer though. I do like a lot of the changes they've made. They've got abilities and stuff in them now over Red and Blue. I do think I'll prefer to play them over Ruby and Sapphire. Yeah, we're gonna keep them in B for now. Emerald, we're gonna put Emerald in A tier. Emerald, Ruby and Sapphire, but just a lot better. Just a lot better. A lot more double battles. The story changes. Yeah, Emerald, A tier for sure. Diamond and Pearl are good. They're good. But they're not Platinum. Would I put Diamond and Pearl in C tier? I can't put everything in B tier. I'm gonna put Diamond and Pearl in B tier. Yeah, Platinum's just so much better. Would I go S for Platinum? Maybe. I much prefer Platinum in that it has the expanded Platinum Dex, which which includes a lot more Pokemon. It also has the story structure rearranged, which is much better. I like having Fantina as the 3rd gym leader rather than the 5th gym leader. Just a shame that they didn't remake Platinum instead of Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Next, we have Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and these are my favorite Pokemon games. Oh, we're gonna put Platinum in S as well. Platinum's so good. Heart Gold, Soul Silver are my favorite Pokemon games. I love that there's so many things to do in them. There's the 2 regions, as we said before, but there's also, like, things to do each different day of the week. Not to mention, Heart Gold Soul Silver came with the Pokewalker, which you could use to transfer a Pokemon to it, walk around with it. It's a pedometer style thing. When you get home from school or work or whatever, you could transfer your Pokemon back to it, and you could catch Pokemon on the Pokewalker. You could get items on there. You could get items from your friends and stuff. It was really cool. And then you'd be able to transfer Pokemon that you caught on there, Pokemon that weren't necessarily available that early on in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Next, we have Pokemon Black and White. Pokemon Black and White did something really interesting. None of the Pokemon prior to Generation 5 are in the game for the main story. So you're stuck using all these Generation 5 Pokemon that you've never used before, provided you were playing back in Gen 5. But yeah, so you couldn't use Pokemon that you're familiar with. It was a good starting point for new players, but also a good entry point for people wanting to get back into the series. It was fun, it was different. I don't like the early game Pokemon, which is probably my only fault with it. Like, I don't like the first part of the game where your options are basically your starter, which the starters are alright, and then you get given an elemental monkey, which is super effective against the gym leader that you're going to be battling, because the gym leader for the first gym is the one that's super effective against your starter. So, I don't know. I don't like the elemental monkeys. I don't like a lot of the early game Pokemon. I don't like the first gym leader, but it gets a lot better as you progress. And these games have some of the best stories in the Pokemon franchise. If you're interested in games with good stories, Pokemon Black and White and Pokemon Black 2 White 2 would recommend. Speaking of Black 2 White 2, I think I might want to put them in S tier. What I was saying with Black and White about how the early game sucks, Black 2 White 2's early game is really cool. It's a sequel to Black and White. It's not a better version, it's just a new game that's set in the future, where characters that you're familiar with from Black and White are now a little bit older. You start in a completely different location that didn't exist in Black and White, and there's new gym leaders, including Cheren, the rival in Black and White, is now the first gym leader. It has a easy and hard mode. Unfortunately, you have to unlock the easy and hard mode by completing the game first to get the key to unlock it, but you can then trade that key to your friends. If they're starting a game, they can start on hard mode straight away, which is really cool. On hard mode, each of the gym leaders have an additional Pokemon, their levels are all higher, and they have more held items, so really good hard mode. It's actually really tough as well. All of the Elite Four members, their team's like 5 levels higher. They all have much better teams. It's a shame they haven't done something like that again since then. And the early game, there's so many amazing older Pokemon that are available in Black 2 White 2. You can get things like Mareep, Azurill. Azurill was not great, but Azumarill with huge power was fantastic. Lucario, you can get Growlithe early on, Magnemite, Magby. There's so many amazing things that you can get. Very cool. Next we have X and Y. Yeah, they're alright. They're pretty good. Okay, no, I'm gonna put Fire Red and Leaf Green above. B tier was looking pretty full. They are my favorite way to play Kanto. When X and Y came out, it was really cool that they had customizable trainers. That's something that we didn't have before. Nice looking graphics. The switch from sprites to 3D models was very cool. I do somewhat miss the sprites because they had quite some charm to them, and that they were different in each generation, whereas we have the same looking models in each game now. The difficulty of the games did feel like a step down. It did feel quite a bit easier. Great games. They didn't add as many Pokemon. Black and White added like 157 Pokemon, whereas X and Y I think was like 70-ish Pokemon. But they had Mega Evolutions, and Mega Evolutions are really cool. You know what else had more Mega Evolutions? Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And I would prefer to play Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire over Ruby and Sapphire. Would I prefer to play Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire over Leaf Green Fire Red? I think I would. Would I prefer to play them over Black and White? Maybe. Would I prefer to play them over Emerald? Oh, see, that's tough because Emerald has some things that Ruby and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire doesn't have, but Omega Ruby's Alpha Sapphire have the nice modern changes from newer games, like the physical special split. fairy typing. Fairy typing is really cool. Fairy typing was introduced in Generation 6 in X and Y. I'm going to put... Oh, but there's some things I prefer in Old Emerald. I'm going to put them around the same area, give or take. I would swap them however I'm feeling on that day. Next, we've got Sun and Moon. I know I'm going to get hate for this, but they're some of my least favorite Pokemon games. In saying that, they're obviously better games than compared to Gold and Silver and stuff like that, but from an enjoyment perspective, I do prefer gym leaders over the trials. Sun and Moon do have the Zygarde cells scattered throughout the Alola region. I do like that. However, that would have been cool to have done in Pokemon Z, which they never ended up doing. It feels kind of out of place in Alola. I don't want to put anything in D because, you know, as I said before, Pokemon games aren't bad. There's just some that I prefer less than others. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, I do think are a lot better than Sun and Moon. The Ultra Wormhole and stuff, they've got Ultra Necrozma. They've got the post-game stuff with Team Rainbow Rocket, where all of the leaders from all the different regions join. It's really cool, and they've all got legendary Pokemon. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is a big step up in difficulty as well, with Ultra Necrozma being, like, really tough. Yeah, I'm gonna put Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon in A tier. Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. Again, obviously, as I said at the start of the video, these are obviously way better than Red and Blue. Obviously, from a game perspective, from a graphics perspective, probably the nicest looking Pokemon games. So why are they down at the bottom? I think I prefer Red and Blue, and I'm not a Gen 1er. I'm not. I did play Gen 1 first though, so I do have a lot of nostalgia for it. Again, this is about enjoyment. I do like Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. They are fun. They're different. Do I want to revisit them? Not really. I played them last year. It's great playing like that. It's really cool for a kid. And they do have some higher difficulty battles at the end of the game, like when you battle Red, Blue, and Green. But they scrapped too many mechanics. They got rid of Held Items, they got rid of abilities. They're just different. They're not something I want to do all the time. Great if you want to do something different. Next, Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield get quite a bit of hate. I like them. I think Sword and Shield are good. They're good. They're great. There was a lot of hate about the national decks being cut, but they gave us 400 Pokemon, and then they added more in patches, and then they added another 100 in Crown Tundra and 100 in the Isle of Armor. So the dex has actually got most of the Pokemon in Sword and Shield. The DLC was pretty good. I like the story mode of Sword and Shield. I like how it's very gym-centric, bring the gyms into the storyline, and even, spoiler alert, the no E4 in Sword and Shield, but instead being replaced with this tournament-style thing. Yeah, and the Galar region's nice. The Galarian forms are cool. Oh yeah, with Alolan forms in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I think that's cool as well. Gigantamax and Dynamax, they're pretty cool battle mechanics. I like them more than the Z moves. Would I prefer Sword and Shield over Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon? Maybe. They're around the same for me. Next, we've got Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. These are better than Diamond and Pearl for sure. For sure. Would I put them in A tier? Or would I put them in high B tier? I do have some complaints here and there about Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Like, the bike and stuff just don't work well at all. The game does feel a little easy until you get to Elite Four, where it's way too tough, which I loved. In my Nuzlocke of Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, I really enjoyed going through the Elite Four. It was such a good challenge. Elite Four members have, like, EV-trained Pokemon with held items and good movesets and stuff. And then Cynthia is just so strong. The Underground is amazing. I'm gonna put them up in A. They were good. I probably prefer them more than Fire Red Leaf Green. Maybe? Or maybe I drop Fire Red Leaf Green down into B tier. Drop Yellow down into C tier. That's looking a bit better for me. I really liked Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. They were great. Last, we have Legends Arceus. And as of today, they are not available yet. They release in like a week from now. So I can't rate it yet because the game hasn't come out. But I'm hoping we can put it up in the S tier. Hopefully they're not down in the D tier. They look promising. That's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite Pokemon game? If you're new here, consider subscribing. I've got a bunch of other Pokemon related tier list videos on the channel. and I'm planning on doing some more in the future along with some other content. Thank you all for watching, and I'll explain you later.